Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, my name is Patricia and I am the creator behind Pops to Milk Crochet, where I share patterns, tutorials, and inspiration. It's been a while since I did one of these vlogs, one of these videos where I share what I've been up to in the past month. And there's just been a couple of life updates for me, so haven't had a chance to be focused too much on crochet projects. And earlier this year, I also decided as a sort of goal, not a resolution, but as a goal to just do other kinds of projects, not just crochet. So I've been playing around with other things, and I'm going to show you what I've been doing lately. And I got a haircut. It's been great with the heat wave that we've been having, and just it's a little easier to take care of, even though I don't really know how to style it. But I'm enjoying it, though sometimes I do wish that I had not cut it because I was very attached to my hair, no pun intended. It had been the longest it had ever been, probably in my entire life. And then I cut it this short. I got used to the long hair, so I'm kind of missing it. But also happy that I don't have the weight and the heat that was radiating from my hair every time it got hot. So it's a nice change. I'm enjoying it so far. And then the other thing that happened that was pretty major is I had surgery. Several weeks ago, I had a hysterectomy done, and I don't want to get into too many details around it. Of course, if you are curious, you can always leave a comment if you have questions about that. But I did have a hysterectomy, and it went well. I am recovering, but it has been several weeks of recovery. Taking the time to rest, that's been something that's been really challenging for me. Me being me, I like to be able to just get up and go and do things. But with this surgery, I did have to slow down considerably, like too much for my taste, and getting lots of rest was a challenge. So of course that meant I couldn't really do any filming or video editing. I just couldn't really sit at my desk very much. It's only been in the last week that I actually started working again. I went back to work remotely for now. So I'm able to sit at my desk, which means I could start video editing at some point. But it does take a lot of work to do that. So I do have a tutorial that I did manage to film. It's a very short one. So stay tuned for that tutorial. I will actually give you a sneak peek of what that project is in a little bit. But I think for this video, I just want to show you what I have been working on, projects that I finished and the ones that are in progress. So like I mentioned at the start of the year, I wanted to focus on other projects outside of crochet and just doing things that would spark joy and just things that I actually wanted to work on and not feel the pressure to make because of a trend or something that would boost traffic. I'm not focused on that aspect as much right now. Right now, I just want to make things that make me happy. The last couple of weeks, I got into working with polymer clay. I have this block of Craftsmart. I forget what the brand is, but I have a block of this polymer clay that I've had, I don't know how long, like several years, maybe decades. It's very, very hard, so you have to like knead it a lot before you can actually work with it. But I did make a few things. First, I made these leaf earrings. And just disclaimer, this is like my first time playing with polymer clay to this extent. But I made these cute little earrings, the shape of a leaf. They're just very, very simple. And here I just wanted to like play around and see what I could actually make in terms of jewelry. So I like how these turn out. I think they're pretty cute and they're nice and light. And on the topic of light, this banana necklace, originally I had made these as earrings, like banana earrings, but they are way too heavy to be earrings as polymer clay. So I actually I had originally made two, and then I made three more to make a bunch of bananas and put them into a necklace. It's a pretty heavy necklace. But I love how it looks. I think it's super fun. And I love how the bananas actually look like they are very ripe. They are ready to eat. And if you wait another day or two, they will be too mushy to eat. And then of course, because I love donuts, I made this cute little donut pendant and added a necklace to it. So those are my clay projects that I worked on. And then the other project outside of crochet that I worked on while I was recovering was, of course, a uterus because I no longer have one. So this is my little in memoriam, my homage, my farewell, good riddance to my uterus is to make a cross-stitch uterus. I love how this cross-stitch pattern turned out. This is a pattern that I bought off Etsy. I'll leave a link to the shop in the description. It was a very well-timed project to work on, and I'm glad I made it. I'm not sure how I want to display it yet, but I do want to frame it somehow. It's just, when I started it, it's kind of off-centered, and I don't know how to fix that right now, but I'll figure something out so that it gets the proper display attention. And then now for my crochet projects that I have been working on. I did share, I think a little while ago, I was working on a sweater. So I finished a sweater, and this is based on the aviator's cardigan pattern that I released. I think it's the last video that I released on this channel. And this one, I decided to use up some yarn that I had, just like leftover yarns, and I think repurposed yarn from other projects. And I just wanted to combine it and also just see what the aviator's cardigan pattern would look like if I made it into a sweater without having the two front panels. And I think it looks amazing. I love how it turned out. It feels very soft with the kind of yarn that I used. It was a lighter weight yarn than the one I used for the cardigan with a larger hook. So it's just a little more drapey and very soft, very comfortable to wear. And that one was another one that I was working on during my rest and recovery. That one was great to work on while watching anime. I found out that working on the sedge stitch, which is the stitch that is used for this pattern, it's a pretty easy to get into a rhythm with that stitch. So I was working on that while watching lots of different animes. I started to watch Attack on Titan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Apothecary Diaries. So like lots of fun things to watch while I'm basically just sitting on the couch all day. So that it was a really great project to work on, to also watch anime with. And then the other thing that I actually finished is this bag that this is a prototype, and it's going to be I'm not entirely sure yet what the design is going to be, but it's just a pouch to wear when you go for a walk, just enough space to have your phone and keys. Sometimes you just want to go out just for a walk without having to like take a whole bunch of stuff with you. At least I don't know if you're like me, but that was my train of thought. So I just wanted like a very simple pouch to put my stuff in. So I think I might actually come up with a different design for this, but this is the overall structure that I am working with. And getting into my works in progress, this is the Loveland shawl. This is Tunisian crochet project. This is a pattern designed by Tony Lipsy at TL Yarn Crafts. This one is taking a while as it gets bigger, but I have finally reached the part where it's got a mesh design to it, which is kind of fun. You probably can't really see it right now, but I really love how this is looking. Like every time, I think I've shared this a couple of times now, every time I'm just like, I love this shawl. It's taking a while to make. I honestly did not think it was going to take this long, but it is probably Tunisian crochet for me is about the same speed as knitting. So that's probably why it's taking a while. And also it is something that I'm still trying to learn how to work with. But yeah, so far it's been fun and I am loving this experience. And then my other project that I've got going is my book blanket. It is growing. There are a lot of books. This isn't all of them yet. I haven't finished crocheting. I'm not updated on my books here, but there are a lot of fiction. There is definitely a lot of fantasy. I finally started to add a little bit of mystery thriller. There are some sci-fi. I don't think I have enough sci-fi, and there's quite a bit. There's a growing number of nonfiction, just very random nonfiction books that I've been getting into. Oh, and then a couple of romance. The ones that I don't have much of are the memoirs. I think I only have 2. Nope, I've got 3 memoirs. So if you have any recommendations for memoirs, do add them in the comments, because I feel like this blanket is going to need a few more of these colors in it. I think these were Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. I think also Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. And I want to say Valid by Chris Bergeron, but I'm not sure if I categorize that as a memoir or as a science fiction. I don't remember now. But yeah, feel free to leave some memoir recommendations if you've got some good ones. And then the last thing that I will share is, like I said earlier, this little onigiri charm is what I filmed somewhat recently. It's a very quick project, so I just hope that I could actually edit the video just as quickly as I've made it. Though video editing, if you've ever done it, anyone who has done it will know this, is that like a 2-minute video will take you like 3 hours to edit. So just keep that in mind. And then of course my Tanjiro bag, which I've already shown you before, but I have not gotten to editing the video because this one is even longer. Just as a comparison and note, because I don't think I mentioned this before, is the Aviators cardigan video. That one, I think, the final video turned out to be like 40 minutes or so. That one, that was like 3 full days of editing. That one was a lot of content to go through. Like, I think initially when I added all the video clips, it was probably 2 hours worth of content that I had to edit and cut out to turn it into a 40-minute video, and that was cutting out a lot of it. So similarly with this bag, I've got quite a bit of material that I need to go through, but I will have a video at some point when I am a little bit more rested and recovered and able to sit at my desk to video edit for that long. Because it's not just sitting at my desk, but it's my hand really cramps up from just... If you've edited videos, you will know what I mean. And that is all I have. Those are my updates. Those are the projects that have been keeping me busy and entertained and happy. I hope you have enjoyed seeing all these projects and have found some inspiration. If you have any questions about the projects, feel free to leave them in the comments. If you just want to say hello, feel free to do that as well. I always love hearing from you. If you're looking for patterns and tutorials, feel free to check out my channel. I have a bunch of tutorials and I have a bunch of free patterns in my blog, popstomilk.com. As always, thank you so much for watching and for joining me in my crochet journey. And I hope to see you in the next one. Have an amazing day.